The filter menu, press and hold the menu button. It takes us into our main menu. We can find our filter menu, info mode, USB data. If I press this, it shows me more options. But I'm going to go back to the filter menu. So we're going to press the select button next to the number 1 filter. Then it gives me my options. One is quick filter. So quick filter is exactly what happens after every cook cycle, or it's pre-programmed to happen after every cook cycle unless somebody changes that. Daily filter, there's a separate video on daily filter, but for KFC, daily filter is recommended to happen 2 times a day, once after lunch and then another time at the end of the night. If stores, general market, typically we're going to recommend that they do that about once a day, end of the night. And the daily filter is a cycle where the pot gets cleaned a little more thoroughly, where it's scrubbed, it has a rinse cycle in it, etc. Step number 3 is the polish cycle. Polish is something that usually just gets done during the automatic startup sequence in the morning. If somebody wanted to initiate another polish cycle throughout the day, this is where they can do it. For KFC only recommends that stores use the polish cycle that's part of that startup sequence and not to do another one, as it costs more in Magnesol. So there's polish. Step number 4, these are more service levels or just manual steps. This is drain to pan, so I can just open the drain valve, put my oil down in the drain pan. Step number 5 is fill from pan. And since we don't have a pump switch on here, it's the perfect way to test your filter pump motor, see if it's running. Just start fill from pan, it turns on the pump, whether there's oil in the drain pan or not. Or if there was oil in the drain pan, we would pump it up. Step number 6 is fill from ATO. That's one that we saw earlier with our purge step. That's where you go when you start up a fryer just to purge the lines and get all the water, mineral oil out of those lines. Then we have step 7, that's dispose. There is a separate video on disposal that shows how to dispose with a ODS or oil disposal shuttle. It also, if we had this set up for bulk oil, which I think we are set up for bulk, this would dispose to bulk oil. Step 8 is clean out. There's a separate video on clean out for general market. If you're doing a hot clean out, KFC uses a cold soak, and that's something that you'd want to refer to their standards library for. We have step 9 is fill from bulk. So if this was hooked up to a bulk oil system, this is where we could fill the pot from bulk. And then X is exit. So hopefully that gives you a good overview of the filter menu.